Okay, okay. I guess first we need Steam. But yes, as the title of the stream says, we're going to figure out what the best screenshots are on Steam so that I can make the best page. The best Steam page on Steam for my game. That's really what Deltarune has as their thumbnail? That is wildly simple. That's crazy. What does Undertale have? Same thing. Yeah, there's just some games that can get away with doing that, though. Oh, they did it even simpler. Here they attempted some anti-aliasing. Here they said, nah, straight up. That's just what it is. It's the font with a little heart. In black and white. Okay, we're not looking at thumbnails, though. We're looking at screenshots. And we're looking at screenshots probably in the genre that I want to... Oh, speaking of, I should probably figure out the tags that I would want to. Yeah, Deltarune already has a fan base, so... Why do I look like the character from Ninja Turtle? Is there a garden gnome in Ninja Turtles? That's one of those franchises that, like, my mom said, ew, yuck, barf, and said basically like, nah, you're not gonna watch that, and I never did. And then now as an adult, I went and watched like the most recent Ninja Turtles movie, and I was like, this is cool. It's partially just because the guy who wrote Borderlands, and I love Borderlands, really loves Ninja Turtles, so I'm like, okay, there might be a connection. Also, hello. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, I guess I should hit you with the... There we go. But do you know what the character is from Ninja Turtles? Or are we just gonna go Ninja Turtles? And then totally mess up my thumbnail screenshot for when it goes to a VOD. It's gonna be me looking at Ninja Turtles of all of the things. Okay, wait. There's not like a gnome in Ninja Turtles, right? Because then it would be like, okay, no, I have to watch Ninja Turtles. Required. There is a Michelangelo garden gnome, I guess. There does not seem to be a crossover here. At least... Oh, this one specifically? I mean, because this is a Michelangelo garden gnome. There's many garden gnomes. There's not just the Michelangelo garden gnome. This is the meme of the guy who's only seen Boss Baby. Watching second movie. This is giving me a lot of Boss Baby vibes. Which I think has actually been turned into like a term of like when you just don't have enough of a sample size to understand something. Oh, and then the reason I wanted to do it here on Steam was because then I could say, okay, this is made 28 million. Okay, so I want to look at roguelikes. But I guess as an introduction to myself and my project, in the next 30 seconds before the ads happen, I'm making a satisfying puzzle roguelike inspired by Rube Goldberg machines. I think that is the phrasing that I want to do. So. Visual Studio Code, just when you were starting to be a fan. Yeah, it's... I think I need to go learn Godot or something. Unity has been falling apart for me. And, I mean, I do Unity for a job, too. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to, mess with this. I tried there was that other IDE that I tried that it also just, it didn't do much. It didn't do much for me compared to Visual Studio. It felt like the same with different colors. So, Rider, yes, thank you. I tried Rider and I wasn't super impressed with it. So, I went back to Visual Studio. It wasn't bad, but I didn't see what what good it was doing for me either. Hey, I might have also just not given it enough of a try. And I was trying to mess with the AI code thing that was also just confusing me and frustrating me at the same time. Okay, and I'm realizing the color palette thing I did completely wrong. That is not what I'm aiming for here. I am aiming for when the ads happen, I can go take a break to let the ads run. Unity 2, that's much worse. Yeah. That one I will definitely, I'll give you. Unity has been, it's been dying for quite a while now at this point. I don't know if I want to fully like commit to like learning Godot or anything though. That's the problem. It's just like I started this in Unity, and I thought I could, because I know Unity, like do this quickly, and that hasn't been the case. Are the ads just not gonna start? They're just not. There we go. Gee whiz. Okay, now we do ad break. There we go. Oh, I get a follow while it's on the be right back screen. I could just leave it on that. I don't have to stream anything. We just leave it on be right back. But don't know if my Unity dying or not, but if you know how to use Unity, I hate you because I'm jealous. The last time I tried to use Unity, the only thing that I was hitting my head to was hitting my head to the wall. Unity is bloated with all sorts of nonsense. I feel like I somewhat know how to use Unity, but they've added a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know and I haven't looked at. Like, I very much want to mess with the Unity dot system. I think that would be, especially because what I'm doing here is I have a whole bunch of objects on screen. Like, I probably should be figuring out a different way to do this, where I'm just saying, okay, is this mouse within a certain you know, where is the mouse on this object, and then is that in a square, then put it to a square instead of having literal objects for these. Like, these are all individual cubes right now, and it's like, that's probably a bad idea. And it's going to... The whole thing needs to be redone. That's really what it is. This whole thing needs to be redone. And then the question is, in a different engine? Maybe? Okay. So, the plan for today, though, was understanding Steam screenshots for the genre that I'm looking at. Well, I guess what it really should be is... So I think for a Steam screenshot, I think what you really want is to know the genre, like right off the bat, and know the art style right off the bat. For Steam specifically, because I know like a mobile game you can get away with the like okay, this is not a character. This is just one of the Ninja Turtles dressed up like a gnome using a pizza box, I guess. Okay, but so the things I was saying, that for a good screenshot, you need to be able to pin the genre and the art style immediately. Yeah, based on this, it's saying in the genre and the art style, and then some color palettes. Now, I know like Balatro does unique features, is essentially what its screenshots are. Yeah, so this is basically saying here's how you use this. It does have different color palettes. So, well, I guess color palette here being a shorthand for features. And then that's saying for the thumbnail, which is not the screenshot thing. We're just doing the screenshots, and then a trailer that shows us gameplay, but we're just looking at screenshots right now. And then I think for good roguelike screenshots, also being a build. Because this is a build that's... Yeah, I think this is a full build. So let's see different layers of the build. Or different steps of build creation. Okay, so what all games do I want to use as touch points for this? What is on my list of roguelikes? Or what is on my list of games? Yeah, I do have. I was eyeballing Marble Drop. I was like, can I play Marble Drop? Like, this is not really the. I mean, this is a vague inspiration here. But I was just kind of curious, though. I'm like, I don't know how far I've gotten into Marble Drop. Like, as a kid, I didn't play it like a ton. I just remember enjoying it. And I think it'd be fun to try to actually go back and play it. Okay, yeah, definitely need to pull up this. But then the question is... Okay, so I lied. Where did you go? You can go... Okay, wait, you can go over here. Then we pull you over here. Then we pull that back. Now... Here, Plungeroo, which is not a roguelike. But still... Yeah, and then do I want to steal any ideas from mobile game screenshots? I'm actually quite surprised here on Amaze that it's not... Like, because I know most of the mobile game screenshots are like, here's a large character, and here's a very tiny little screenshot in the corner. But this one is purely straight up, here's what the game is. Okay, yeah, I definitely need the ball in motion and particle effects, which I don't actually have like a line renderer on my ball. I don't have the particle effects on the ball. Oh, I guess if you have tried Unity, have you done other game development stuff? Like, if you have stuff to show off, feel free. I like seeing what other people are working on. If you are still here, which it's one of those, you give it like 2 seconds and then time to bounce. Yeah, so like here, this gives some sense of the initial. See, I don't know that this is a great first screenshot. I don't know. I guess Balatro does the same thing. Maybe it's not a bad idea to do like a simple initial. I guess even here, that's what this is, like the simplest first level here. So maybe that is an idea. I'm just kind of surprised that Amaze here on mobile is so visible and easy to read. I would have expected it to be nonsense. Well, I guess even this, like a tiny little puzzle game with fairly simple graphics, still 125 reviews. That's not bad. For something that looks pretty simple. So these definitely do a progression of screenshots. This does not as much. So yeah, so now just keep giving me roguelikes. We shall see. Missed the notification. I did start late. I got back from work just a little late and was like, I want to finish eating. I'm not going to try to choke myself trying to choke down some cereal here. Because I didn't even make anything good for dinner. I just made a dinner. Okay, so does this have a progression of screenshots? Or no? I think a little less so. Okay, but some ideas for different kinds of screenshots. So the different steps of a build. And then the upgrade shop, which I'm very surprised that Balatro does not have the actual shop in one of the screenshots. They have these collections of okay, you have these, many different ways to modify the game and stuff, but they don't have a screenshot of the shop menu. Have to play a round of review guesser once it's out. You're talking the Jonas Tyroller video? Which, yes, very much want to mess around with that. I mean, it's a little disappointing to look at it and be like, oh, that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 3. It's like, oh. But also, it definitely is in the vein of what I'm doing right now, trying to start setting up a Steam page. Okay, this also mentions a difficulty. So let's see, an upgrade menu, I guess, and possibly a difficulty menu. Oh, I know Backpack Hero is another one, probably here somewhere. Yeah, Nubby's is one I definitely wanted to look at. Oh, this has some kind of creative elements. Some of these user-generated creative kind of stuff I definitely want to eyeball too. There's Backpack Hero. Because I know this does user-generated builds. Okay, so this does a progression of screenshots as well. It does a map screen. It doesn't, yeah, but this is somebody's build. And then this is more feature list kind of thing. Here's an entire town. Then it goes back to, okay, so here's some player created builds. Yeah, screenshot by so-and-so. Yeah, okay, so this, and again, this has a progression of screenshots as well. Here's the simple first level, here's a further on second level, a store page. Yeah, I think this, having the upgrade menu is an important part of it. And then, yeah, the kind of insanity sort of thing, I think, is also important. Oh, give me Railbound, because that's also another one, at least for the stuff I'm looking at. Which I think that, if I remember looking at that as well, it was a progression of Railbound, really? But yeah, okay, it's a progression of features and color palette. So even for a puzzle game here, it's a progression of features and color palette. And then they also do a story scene just to say that this game does in fact have story to it as well. Oh, and a completed level. So they have a level and a completed level. So that's also an idea, is possibly a failed level and a you know, like, I guess a succeeded level, or like a majorly along in the build. So failed slash succeeded. I don't care if it's spelled wrong. I do care if it's spelled wrong. I don't know how to spell it right, but something like that. Yeah, this, I still have to finish the Dumb Dad Blasted game. Either that, or I need to use some hints so that I can finish the Dumb Dad Blasted game. Yeah, okay, these are mobile inspired, but this is just sort of screenshots of the different levels. Yeah, I think this one's a little harder to show, like, the difficulty of it. This was such a nice, I could play while I'm eating a meal kind of game. I really enjoyed this game. I don't know if they ever did anything more, but nope, just the one, just the set of these one button, like move the ball through the thing. Yeah, okay, so how about like drop pockets here? They start off with a crazy screenshot. I do think, okay, I was not sure about doing the like progression of screenshots, but I think it actually does make sense to start with, okay, here's the simple, and then the more complex. Oh, and this, because of the user-generated stuff. Okay, but this is the different scenes. Here's the platforming in a level. Here's the level creation in a level. Here's just more levels of all the spikes and nonsense and whatever else. And then, yeah, okay, here's, you can create your own levels and stuff. And then just more examples. Okay, this, I guess they did a screenshot of, here's all the characters. So I guess that is a list of the like unlocks and stuff too. Oh, I have the upgrade menu. I didn't do like features or unlocks. And or. Oh, there was another season of that show, wasn't there? Gosh, I'm so behind on watching any amount of TV, but it's because I can't. I drive so much. Like, if I could just not drive the car, I could do. I could crank through so many shows and things. Yeah, it would be so much easier if I were just riding a train to work. Like, I'm miserable because I'm driving the car an hour out and an hour back every day. And if it were just riding the train an hour out and an hour back, it'd be fantastic, but no. America does not have that kind of infrastructure. So they really just have the first screenshot is this. So just teleport there and back. That way, have the technology. Well, and I know that's the like just work remote, but I'm like, I don't care enough about the job to focus on the job when I'm at home. And when I'm at the office, it's a little easier to, you know, at least pretend to care. Yeah, we're not up to teleportation, but I know it is the working remote, but that's just dependent on me actually caring at all about the job, so. Yeah, I do feel a tad trapped in that regard, because I'm like, I don't know how to pivot to something else either. It's like, because I know game development can't really pivot into that, because that's falling apart and has been falling apart for quite a while, and yeah, trying to get some kind of software job is like maybe, but I know my friend who has a master's in computer science was not able to find anything, so. What is all this? Can't do the commute anymore. Used to do an hour there, hour back, and that sucked. Yeah, I did that from Colorado Springs to Denver, and that sucked, and I was like, I never want to do that again, and now here I am in the future doing it again. It's less bad because I don't have to worry about traffic, because I'm driving out into the middle of nowhere and back, but it... I think it's destroying my body, too. That, like, my back hurts, my feet and my knees hurt. Like, I think I need to commute less, and I just... If I don't commute, I'm not gonna do the job. If I don't do the job, I don't have the job anymore. I kind of need to keep a job so that I can keep the healthcare, so that I can get this flipping kidney stone blasted. Because that also is the thing, is that I have to have a job to have healthcare. Because America, which just continues to suck more and more every day. It was like, oh, the Democrats, after a month-long shutdown, decided to give in anyway. It's like, really? All of that effort for nothing? All you had to do was nothing. You just had to hold firm, and nope. So now we get to have our health insurance go up because the rich people need yet more money. To do what with? I don't know. Go to Mars, I think, is the goal. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. Wants to have a lot of kids and go to Mars. Okay, they're starting off with a fairly complex screenshot. They're also interspersing features there too. Local senator is gonna lose his job. Well, I'm happy that like I voted Democrat and we're getting Democrat here where I'm at, so. It's just it sounds like, at least from like the last voting bit and stuff, that like it's swinging back towards Democrat. It's just gonna take quite a while, and that's if Trump gives up the the White House, which may or may not happen. Seeing how there was a coup, it's like, I don't know that Trump's gonna want to leave in 4 years. Okay, so they are doing an interspersed set of pictures. Okay, that's less related, so. Yeah, if he lasts that long, yeah, that's because I know he had the like bruise on his hand, and it's like, oh, he's got problems. And it's like, I don't want to have President JD Vance either, though. That's the other thing. That's like, I don't know that that's it. That's somebody who actually has a bit more of a brain. Like, that seems a little more intimidating to me than a guy that's like, you know what's a good idea? I'm gonna make an AI video of me taking a dump on the American people. That'll make me well liked. Wild. Is that truly what the people like? You guys want a video of me taking a shit on everybody? South Park, I think, has a scatological history to it, right? Haven't actually watched any South Park, but is that what the kids are into these days? Getting shat upon. No, Trump is not a kid, so that is. I don't know if that's his idea of a joke or like, because that was the thing. Somebody was saying that it was like, oh, this is just satire. It's just satire, and it's like, what is it satirizing? I do watch a good bit of some more news, so. Being added to Adagon's recommended streamers. Adagon adding you to their list isn't related to that, just unfortunate timing. Well, yeah, no, it's one of those things if like you start talking something controversial and then that's when somebody raids in to hear something about like, does everybody want to get shat upon? Which is, we just live in some wild times. Feels like the pendulum of capitalism is kind of swinging out of control now at this point. I'm just hoping that we can eventually swing it back the other direction. Okay, note-wise. So it needs to show the genre, art style, and features through different color palette stuff. And then for roguelikes, it's doing different steps of build creation. Or in terms of a puzzle game, it's also doing different features, or a progression of features. The upgrade menu, possibly a difficulty menu. This one's more of a possible. It was just Rack and Slay had a difficulty menu. Did these have, like, difficulty menu options, though? This one's more of a just color palette change and I mean, that's an idle game anyway. Yeah, that's just making a Rube Goldberg kind of machine. Yeah, see, this is one that the Claude actually found for me. Like, I hadn't heard of that game and Claude found it. I was like, okay. I haven't talked to Claude in a while. I haven't tried messing with it some more. I kind of ran out of questions that I wanted to ask about the game, and I've not been too brave enough to ask about other things. Oh, Round Guard. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I pulled it up. Escape Room's doing okay. I got over 800 now, or 18. Claude found Gadgeteer? Yeah. It also pulled up a mobile game called Zahed that I had fun with for a little bit. Not the most complex, but it was like, yeah, I hadn't heard of this, and it is 500,000 downloads? Wow, dang, dude. Because this is heckin' simple. You have Gadgeteer? Yeah, okay, so it was pulling up stuff that, like, was fairly popular that I just didn't know about, but interesting that they decided most of the screenshot here should be, or at least half of this is not anything. There's the screenshot here, which takes up some space, and the text here that takes up some space. But there's a good chunk of this that it's devoted to. There, I was gonna say, that's, I think, makes more sense. Rather than here is somebody holding a phone. It's like, I think people understand the idea of a mobile device. I didn't realize this had 500,000 downloads. Because I was having some fun with it. I wasn't finding it, like, the most compelling, but I still have it on my phone. Oh, so like Balatro here. Does this have... Yeah, okay, this has like the challenge screenshot. So if you have enough Because I think it's the same thing with Backpack Hero. Where you at? Backpack Hero? There you are. Yeah, because then it shows the town and all the town building features. So it is VR only, so not surprised that I hadn't heard about it. Having heard of your experience with VR so far. Yeah, I've made a couple VR games, and I think that's it. I don't think I actually ever played a game on my on my Oculus Rift. Yeah, it's heckin' old. My Oculus Rift I got a simple, pretty old Oculus Rift. So I was surprised. I was actually like the Steam controller, because I missed out on that original Steam controller, and I kind of regret it. And like this, oh, I guess I can put these on here. The Steam machine doesn't actually interest me. The other two. Didn't miss out. It wasn't that great. I don't know. It's just because I bought a couple of I had an Xbox controller that had problems, so I bought a new one, and then that one had problems, and so I bought a new one, and that one had problems, and it was like, at least the Steam controller would have been unique. I don't know how much use I would have actually gotten out of it, but, and it's just because they have the trackpad stuff on their things here. It's like they definitely got some use out of it, but so this Steam controller actually does interest me. They haven't said any prices or anything for this, have they? Because I'm like, if this is not a very expensive headset, and if this is like not a very expensive controller, that definitely interests me. But the actual like Gabe Cube, as I've seen people calling it, that one I don't think I need. I have a big fancy computer. I don't need a Gabe Cube on top of it. I ended up selling it to someone for $5. I would have taken that. I guess I haven't really messed with the controllers that I have for my Xbox stuff here much either, so not super necessary. But also, hello, welcome. I'm alternating between yapping and trying to figure out some screenshots here. They look worse than their previous controllers. Yeah, it does look chunky. It's did I get rid of it? No, okay. Yeah, that is one thing, is this does look chunky. It does look like they're trying to do two things at once, and I don't know if it's and they don't show anybody using the actual trackpads in any of the videos, which is surprising. They're just like, we used magnets on our controller. It's like, well, what about the trackpad? It's got a gyro. Yeah, but I mean, like, you have the trackpads on there for a reason. Yeah, it's like every single one of these little bits here is just... Yeah, even this one, it's just like, hey, look at our magnetic joysticks. Okay, that's a fun little customization. But also, like, you have trackpads on there. Show somebody using the trackpad. But no. Nobody using the trackpad, though. The ones that came with the Index are peak VR controllers. Yeah, I was like, the Index I've heard like the VR stuff they've done is very good. And I know people love the heck out of the Steam Deck. That was the other reason why I thought the Steam controller would be nice, was because it seems like they make some good stuff, so. Okay, wait, I had the idea of I wanted to look at backpack battles, because that's a little more, well, I guess it's just because it's related to Backpack Hero, but. So they start with this store, then a battle screenshot, then the, oh, like when you win. So they do have the victory screenshot. Another store. And then, yeah, okay, the collection kind of thing. And a stats screen. Yeah, okay, features and unlocks. Like, possibly stats? Because that's essentially what Balatro was getting at with some of its screenshot stuff, too. I thought this was neat, and then I have a hard time devoting myself to a multiplayer game. Although I did get back into Marvel Snap recently, which is weird. Because I don't tend to go back to a lot of things. Because even something like Squad Busters I thought was cool. I was so excited about it, and then when it released, it was like, not entirely there, and they just couldn't pull it into something. Couldn't really get it over the hump into something super interesting. Oh, so this one did not... Yeah, okay, that's 1,000. So are people just less interested in Marble thing? Because I was like, I feel like there's been some videos about the thing. Oh, lacking in content. Okay. That might also be it, is that it's lacking in content. Yeah, it doesn't offer the incredible variety of Balatro. That might be what's holding this one back a bit. Okay, so I think that is kind of the stuff to look at for screenshots. Is there any other games I wanted to look at? Plus it is ad break time. There we go. Anybody ever get a random song stuck in their head? This, for some reason, this song popped into my head this morning, and I have no clue why. I mean, I've played Chrono Trigger, and Chrono Trigger has a fantastic soundtrack, but like, why this random song from somewhere in the middle of Chrono Trigger? I don't know. But that was me in the shower this morning. It was just with those first couple of notes on there. Okay, so yeah, this does have eventually a upgrade sort of thing. Started following late last year when you played the Secret Santa games. Okay. I'm gonna pop in and see how I am. It's been a little up and down. Health-wise, I'm doing a little better, actually. And game-wise, I feel like the game's going along good. I do need to change I messing with color palette stuff yesterday that I don't think is entirely... Yeah, it's like this, where I'm like, okay, I think the color palette being... I limit the button colors, not the, like, background color stuff, but... Yeah, I do have one fear about this, is that, like, can somebody parse this at all? And understand what the heck is going on? And the answer's, like, probably not. But I guess that is kind of the same thing with Balatro, too, or, like, here, is, like, do you really understand what's going on beyond pool? And that there's a variation on pool? Like, not really. Yeah, no clue why I had this in my head. But yeah, as you can see, I'm almost to the point of, like, thinking about getting a Steam page up. Which is, that'll be new for me. I've made so many games and never actually put anything on Steam. I think partially because of confidence and partially because of... Feels like you gotta be fairly feature-rich if you're gonna be putting it onto Steam. Although, I don't know, you could probably dump, like, a jam game on here for, like, $1, but, I mean, it does take $100 to put the, application up. Okay, so I have a list of what all I can do. So I think if you want to make the best... Actually, give me some AAA nonsense. What did AAA do? This is not AAA, but... no, what was it? There was a Substack article from Hush Crasher, I think it was Hush Crusher. I don't know how in the heck they got the name that, but... Yeah, there we go. That has just started. But the one that they were doing was... Yeah, there we go. They had an article about what is AAA, and they said, hey, let's do, instead of indie, we'll get rid of that and say, here's the K games, as in, like a K truck. So, like, here's a couple of people kind of thing. Here is a few more people kind of thing. And then AA, and then AAA. I don't remember exactly what they said for number of people and stuff, but... Oh, that was the other thing was game size. Games size versus credits. Yeah, because they were saying stuff like, yeah, you're not going to see a AAA 2D platformer kind of thing. In a lot of regards, like the bigger the game, the more people. Since then, I've worked on 2 serious games. I provided some good bit of motivation to continue game dev. That's cool. I'm glad. Even worked with the team for Spooktober Visual Novel Jam, and the game got an honorable mention. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't done a visual novel. I enjoyed doing creative writing in high school, but never really stuck with it. Stories have not really been my thing. It's always been the interactivity of games has been more interesting to me, but I'm glad I could provide some motivation. That is the goal here, is to inspire people to make stuff. Go out, go forth, make stuff. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say make good stuff. I'm gonna just say make stuff, because, you know, you make enough stuff, then it'll be good, hopefully. Or, I mean, you define what good is, or other people. Or, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder and stuff, too. Or whatnot. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. See, this is what makes me excited about this, is that even when I don't have to, like, I don't need to be messing with this, I don't need to be playing with this, but I've hit the point of, like, it's just way too easy to poke at it. And try to make little pairings of colors and numbers and stuff. Okay. I wouldn't say that it's the first time I've been confident in a game, but I definitely feel more confident about this game. Or I've gotten more confident each game. I keep narrowing the scope a little more, and narrowing the art style a little more, or simplifying the art style a little more, to the point of where I've got it now. Okay, so a AAA game. And this is a visual novel, though, kind of thing, essentially. But I guess it is a feature list of, you can have conversations, you can manage heroes, you can do a mini game, you can watch cutscenes. So I guess AAA is doing a, like, feature list. I guess some of it I'm thinking of something like Elden Ring, where I think these are a lot more, like... Oh, because I guess that one was, like, screenshots. Because some of these, I think, look so doctored to the point of, like... They don't feel like screenshots? I don't know. I guess this is still... like a photo mode screenshot kind of thing. Yeah, but it is definitely different worlds, different characters and stuff. Narrow scope, never heard of him. Well, I was like, I could show you the other two games that I was trying to go for. It was like, oh, I'm like Smash Bros. With custom characters. I can do that by myself, right? I got the custom character part going, actually. But yeah, I haven't played enough fighting game things. It was mostly just because I wanted to show off, okay, the character abilities are different. What's the easiest way to do that? And that was like just a fighting game comparison, but it was like, I don't know enough about fighting games to really tackle that. And then I guess I sort of did it again recently, last year, where I did a, like I was trying to do the custom character thing again, where it was a card that had a different ability that was semi-randomized. And I did narrow this one down a little more into like, okay, how about a straight up board game? But even there, it was like, that's still a lot of cards and card abilities, and getting people together to test a board game is always difficult. And so now I've gone simpler and cuter and more abstract to the point of now it's just buttons and numbers. I don't know if it's an evolve into a abstract or devolve into a abstract as heck. Well, I don't know. Actually, if I look at like the very first sort of stuff I made, did I start with anything complex or did I start with... I think it was still pretty simple. Yeah, no, okay. Even this is literally the very first thing I ever made in Game Maker. Is just colors and balls and shapes. So I guess I have devolved back to, oh my goodness. Wow, this thing did not load at all. I think it was recorded a heckin' long time ago, and I think YouTube was not loading that at all. Yeah, so I guess I did start off with some pretty simple colorful sort of stuff. I guess I've never had like a kind of more detailed phase. Yeah, even there, I guess that's kind of a simple mobile game thing. Like, what's the most detailed game I have? Oh, I guess this was one that I did a project in college where we were using CryEngine, and I did like a sonar game, except all of it's you're trying to find gnomes underwater. But I guess that's partially just CryEngine. It wasn't me trying to do a more detailed game. Oh, it's funny how easy it is to get distracted by conversation. Yeah, it's always been pretty abstract. Yeah, and I guess here we tried doing a multiplayer game with ragdoll physics and stuff, and that did not. With too many people, like way too many people. Yeah, it's always been very cartoony. Okay, that's neither here nor there. I don't recall what I was doing now. Okay, we don't need to be listening to that song on repeat. Okay. Even the Steam controllers can go away. Back to looking at... I was curious about AAA screenshots. In comparison. Lots of vibes. And less gameplay. Actually, so do they have another... And I know I've seen that as a knock against some of the AAA stuff, is that it's like that doesn't work anymore. Just because you have a ton of money to make a super fancy looking game does not mean that somebody only wants to see how fancy it is. They also want to know what the heck the gameplay is, like what the game is. Okay, is this AAA or is this AA? Yeah, okay, but this is one of those, like, you can see all of the UI that tells you, okay, based on the tiny people and the buttons, that this is some kind of, colony sim? Or I guess maybe not colony sim, but like a, strategy game. Hey, I was there not too long ago. It was slightly less... It was like a shell of itself to see the the Roman Colosseum in person. I enjoyed learning about the history, but actually seeing it was like there's really not too much to see here. So, Team for Spooktober has voice acting partial, custom changing menus, a cool shader effect, multiple endings, a homicidal car, and toxic Yuri. Dang, dude, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've never been that ambitious with story. I've been that ambitious with gameplay. I've tried doing that a couple times with being a little too ambitious with gameplay. I'm like, wait, I can make an immersive sim in 2 weeks, right? And the answer is vaguely, yeah. A cool shader effect. That's something I very much should mess with. Because I had an interview where that happened. Where they're like, do you know shaders? And it's like, not really. And they're like, okay, well, bye. And then the interview was done. It's just like, oh... That makes sense, but that is kind of a bummer that it just ended so quickly. Yeah, it makes sense that, like, yeah, we don't need to waste each other's time if I don't have what they need, but to have a single question be like, you probably should have vetted that before you had me in for an interview, I suppose. From what I've seen of Arc Raiders, these screenshots don't really show what this is. Because this looks a little more adversarial. This looks a little more adversarial. That doesn't look co-op. I've heard the co-op is pretty good though, like everybody's just trying to get their stuff and get out so you don't actually have too many people fighting. I just watched that one short with Carnage, where the guy's like, hey, check this out. look, here's this cabinet full of stuff, and here's this, a gun case and everything. And then the end of the short is like, yeah, don't tell anybody about that. He's just, just so you know, I've been streaming to 19,000 people. It's like, wowee. It seems like it would be a lot of people to stream for. Yeah, so this, yeah, see, like, to me, this says co-op. This is a very good first screenshot. I think this very much gives you a sense of, okay, here's your goal, you're trying to climb the peak, and here's your co-op of buddies with which to do so. Yeah, because I think if you can encapsulate the experience of the game in a screenshot. So, encapsulate full game experience in a screenshot. And then we do peak as an example, because peak is peak. Which is ironic, because I still have not played it. I love the heck out of this game. I keep watching videos about it, and I have not played it myself. So, instead of making shaders in RenPy. Interesting. I was like, isn't RenPy the visual novel thing? I didn't even know it did shader stuff. Oh, I guess this doesn't give you a sense that it's first person up until then, though. Yeah, okay, so this... Oh, no, okay, I guess the second screenshot shows that it is a first person game. Yeah, their marketing, their media marketing team is fantastic too. Like I said, I watch all their stuff, despite the fact that I still have not played Peak. Okay, so how about a big AAA game? Ooh, how about a mostly negative big AAA game? What are they trying to do to sell it? Here's a big guy. Okay, I guess their second screenshot is a little more of like what the game is. Again, a staged screenshot of what the game is, but I feel like this is the thing they should lead with. Like, this encapsulates to me more what the game is in a screenshot than the that first screenshot. I guess they do have one of those as a screenshot, but so is there? I guess there is stuff like Nubbies where it's like it is. Because it's a single screen kind of game, it does encapsulate the game in the screenshot. I guess a lot of these are fairly single screens, so it's fairly easy, or it's easier to encapsulate the game in a screenshot. This feels like they could have made their UI a little bigger. This looks tiny. I don't know if that's what they intended or not. So now, if I look at a screenshot of my game, is there a... Well, because I could go back to the old screenshots, where it shows off the 3D, but it allows custom shaders that work in GLSL, but writing them is a pain. So goodbye to syntax highlighting. Okay. I mean, it's cool that it exists if it's even if it's a pain. Oh yeah, I definitely could do these as the headers for the feature list kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. This does take forever for it to write out hello, even with the ball. Feels like moving at a fairly good clip. But if I look at, like, so give me the one here. Could you tell what the game is, how to play the game kind of thing from this screenshot. I think this gives off some sense of the game, but I think it also... I need to figure out some way to get Unity to do the better shadows. It's like, it just does not look good here. And I don't know if that's just doing a full Windows build and then capturing screenshots from that. Of which, wait a second, if I am going to be talking about screenshots, then let's switch you to Windows build in the background here. Because you're going to take a while to do that, and then you're going to take a while to make a Windows build as well. And then it's going to have the security thing say, oh, we blocked all these files. And I'm like, I am actively making files. I would like you to do that, not block them. Let's see, and Plungeroo does have the ball moving in screenshots, right? Oh, I guess this does not show the ball. Yeah, okay, this does not have like a trail on the ball, does it? Yeah, I definitely think it should. Yeah, it's definitely something I need to add. And then here, does this have the ball moving around? Or does it have just the levels? Oh, it does. Okay, at least they have a screenshot of the ball moving around. I think you kind of need to have a screenshot of the ball moving around in all of them, personally. But thank you for the hydrate. I haven't actually. Man, because I almost kind of like this as a thumbnail, too. Do I want to think about thumbnail stuff, too? Or do I want to just focus on screenshots for now? I don't know. Yeah, well, I'll think about thumbnails some other time. As much as I'm tempted now to look at thumbnails and make notes about like what a good thumbnail is, we'll do good screenshot stuff. It's just because this is running now. Do I have any other game I would want to look at to say? Let's look at the screenshots. Because I looked at puzzle, I looked at roguelike. Oh, that's what it was, tags. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I just do a stream of each of these things, like breaking down the Steam page. And like tags being its own thing versus screenshots being a thumbnail versus whatever else. Yeah, okay, and then there's the... We made sure to not, we saved your computer from you making files. I wanted to make those files. Okay, but... Oh, I guess I could look at mobile games as well. That might not be a bad idea. Just as a comparison point between... Because I'm fairly inspired by mobile game stuff. I guess I did what makes the base Steam screenshot, but I guess this would also be a comparison point. So like Steam being here, just the screenshot, and not... Yeah, because actually looking at all of these, even AAA games, do not have like text on screen that say what the features are of the game. Okay, and then so Steam being the just screenshot. No text. But now, just as a comparison point, the breadth and variety of mobile game screenshots being... Yeah, I think a lot of these are, look at the characters, look at the text. You don't actually care about what the game is. What does any of this mean? The land of fire and competition, where Saurians unnumbered range return of the blazing flames. Okay, wild. Oh, this is just showing off different places in the game? Ephemeral eradication, tempestuous conflagration. What is going on? Okay, more mobile games. Actually, wait, I had some more here, right? Oh, I guess I could look at more Steam games and stuff too. Like, here's an action game. Yeah, okay, showing the, like the trail and the action and stuff. And then the upgrades. Oh, I guess they're showing the pause menu simply because it shows off the build as well. Interesting. I guess the first one I've seen that did a, like, here's the pause menu. Yeah, I can see why that one's not as necessary for a lot of these screenshots and stuff. Yeah, okay, this shows the shopkeeper and stuff too. This is a game that I do want to go play at some point. There's too many games. Too many games. Yeah, okay, give me some of these pinball-inspired things, too. Wow, that's the thumbnail? I would have made the text a little bigger, just something at least. And that's still 600? That's pretty dang good, though. That's because idle games are pretty big right now, though, too, still. I don't know. How to Market a Game says you gotta have a illustrated capsule, and it seems to be like not necessarily, or at least I'm at the point of like I could start with a not illustrated capsule, and then when I go pay somebody to make an illustrated capsule, can upgrade it and update it. When you gotta leave. Oh, interesting that they don't have the pinball paddles in that scene. I feel like this would be a better first screenshot to say, okay, here is a pinball level. I was gonna say, because this one is more Metroidvania than it is, yeah, Pinballvania Adventure. It's just pinball related. It's defined inside of a Python function. Interesting. So this is one they just start off with the... Yeah, okay, they don't have the ramp. They don't have the lead in, like, okay, here's the additional scene. Then here's the upgraded scene. Which I do think it helps to have that. Oh! How in the world have I gone this long without looking at Luck Be a Landlord? Like, I feel like the games that I'm combining are Luck Be a Landlord, Balatro, and Railbound, and I did not look at Luck Be a Landlord. Oh, so this first screenshot for Luck Be a Landlord is a full build. Then the upgrade menu. Then kind of, I guess, the challenge of the game. Then the other set of upgrades. And then the upgrade menu again. Kind of wild that they don't have, like, at least a couple screenshots of, like, the main screen you'll be looking at. Interesting. I feel like this is a less effective way to sell the game. But that's just me personally. I'm so bummed that MagFest is sold out already. I was like, oh, the guy who made this is going to be at MagFest, and I've gone to MagFest a few years, and yet I cannot this year because it's already sold out. It just seems surprising to me. Message deleted. I was like, the Siri bot, it deletes the, if it detects something that's a bot, it popped up so fast, I didn't actually get to see if it said, best viewers, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said. It's always some version of best viewers. But Siri bot is good at saying, no best viewers here. Only subpar viewers. Subpar viewers for subpar streamer. No best viewers here. Personally, I think these are less... I guess this is a little better. Well, I don't know. Yeah, selling like the Pac-Man kind of thing is a little harder to... But again, it does have the like, okay, here's an initial screenshot, here's an upgrade, here's a different level that's a little more difficult. Here's another level that's a little more difficult. But yeah, okay, did upgrade to the full illustrated screenshot. Or illustrated thumbnail. Okay, and I'm talking thumbnails right now. I'm just talking screenshots. Yeah, and then mobile is entirely different, where it's just text and characters. It's not even until here that you actually get to see what the heckin' game is. It's only 4 screens in that you actually get to see what the game is. What about my, maybe not beloved, but oh, this is closer to showing what the actual game looks like. Yeah, okay. This feels a little less effective as a screenshot to me. I don't know. It's just because it says save the squadiverse, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. But the rest of this, I think, kind of works. To say you've got your squad going against the guy, but... Gonna get back to work on the shader pack. Have a good stream. Thank you, thank you. Oh, also, it's ads anyway, so... I could take a minute-long break, I suppose.
One you couldn't live without. I can't find you underneath the dust over that picture.
Shader do I have heard of? Book of Shaders I had. I should play with shaders at some point. I feel like it's something I would have a ton of fun with. I guess I could even play the Wallabers Replicube Cube at some point too to mess with shaders. To get a handle on shader, understanding of shaders at some point, but... Okay, so 4 screenshots. How is it only 7:45? Feels so much later to me for some reason. I guess it's because it gets dark. It gets dark early. Okay, so what I want to do is add... Book of Shaders is an interactive book with code examples that you can change and see live changes. That's a cool way to do like a learning thing. Okay. That's super cool. Whew. My shader knowledge is I just watch Ace Rolla videos, of which I think I'm behind on. I think there was another Ace Rolla video that I had not seen. Like on YouTube? Like, but YouTube? I wanted to see the Ace Rolla video. Yeah, especially because it's the game of life. I love the game of life. The Conway's game of life, rather. I don't know how I feel about life in and of itself right now. I don't know. It's okay. At least I'm improving my life somewhat to a degree, as much as the world feels like it's kind of falling apart. An effect, maybe? Yes. So why do you default to a bunch of nothing on the line render there? Yeah, goof. Give it a material then, I guess. I was gonna say a default material. No. default diffuse material. Yeah, I'm like, do I want to add particle effects to it? I feel like I should, but... Yeah, okay, this is not what I needed to mess with in terms of color palette. As much fun as it was to mess with, this is not what I was supposed to be. This is not what I meant to be. Or it's not getting the idea across that I meant the color palette change to get across. Okay, what I really need is... Control-Shift B? It is, okay. Then I want the ball. And I want the line renderer on the ball. Say, what are you doing? Okay, wait. Here's the line renderer. Wait. I need you to stretch out from a point here. And I also need you to look like you're texturing it correctly. Speaking of shaders and shader issues. Okay, wait, no, what the heck? Why are you not doing anything? Why am I not seeing a thing? Oh, wait. Position of the ball. Yeah, okay. This is just the model here. Yeah, this is the thing that is actually moving around, so that's where I need the line renderer. Okay, let's try... Because this is making it look like there's something there, but it's also not looking like the right color or anything. It's looking like it's not textured correctly. Why did you decide that it's not working? They made it smaller. I want it to be more visible. Okay, wait, and I can't test it by doing that, can I? No, it just moves that object around. It does not move the... Maybe it's looking like I gotta go look this up on how to do this again, because I don't remember. I'm thinking that I sat here like looping this song forever just because I've sat here looping this song forever before. Somehow I feel like I've gotten nothing done, and I also feel like I've gotten a ton done. But I guess it's mostly just I looked through Steam and said, okay, here is exactly, if you're going to make a Steam screenshot, it's kind of what you want to do. At least for like roguelikes and stuff. Oh, and then I didn't have any more ideas based on mobile games. I guess that like it's a head there. Really only came up with the idea of just adding a hand into the screenshot, which is not super helpful. But I guess this does, yeah, the difference. Yeah, okay, so it starts off with a simple level in a color, a more difficult level in a color, and then a more difficult level in another color. That's what they start with. This is a screenshot of a bunch of fingers, making me think this is a game about fingers. Like, I think this is a game about using a ball to bounce around a bunch of cubes instead. Yeah, okay, and then a little to the left is doing the just here's screenshots of the game. Yeah, 500K is pretty good for a port of a game, too. Because I think this was from, whatchamacallit first. Steam first. Ruh-roh. This is kind of, I guess, 5 million. No, this is a good... This is another idea to write down. Oh, that's another way to do the particle effect there, isn't it? Huh. That looks like a really interesting game. And definitely hits that like abstract color kind of vibe that I'm going for with this. Oh, shapes. That's another... Did I have shapes on here for like factory games? I don't have shapes in here. I guess this is partially becoming a, looking at other, where's the game I was just looking at? Because I wanted to put mobile games? Water flow puzzle? I guess we'll put it next to water flow puzzle. Okay, and what was this called again? What was it? Lines. It's just called Lines, which I think is not a great title. But where did it go? Yeah, okay, so they zoom out in complexity and in color palette to then show other people's builds of like, okay, here's somebody making an entire computer and stuff. And then it does show like an upgrade menu at some point in the list of screenshots. But it's kind of wild that this was not put under the factory game inspiration thing. Factory games, yeah, I don't see shapes. I'd swear I would have had it in here. Nope. It's a good guess, but that is incorrect. Is there other stuff for abstract on Steam? Okay, there is an abstract tag. There we go. Okay, so it is pulling it up. Yeah, it's like, do they have other very simple abstract games? And then how do they do their screenshots to make it look interesting? And the answer is they just kind of show screenshots of levels, basically. Yeah, that is the one danger. It's like, I don't know how many abstract games are just like absolutely popping. Yeah, it is just pictures of levels, basically. And I guess Monument Valley's done fairly well on Steam here too. Yeah, and a lot of these are like it's a pretty game. There's still Monument Valley 3 to play too. God, I need to stop commuting for work. Need. Yeah, okay, so these are just crazy factory screenshots sort of things. And this is definitely something I could lean into, is just doing the like, okay, here's some crazy creation. Okay, so the other thing for at least the kind of game I'm doing is the build creation, and then here's like the maximum build complexity. It's another screenshot type. Oh, it's doing pretty well, actually. So I guess there is a bit of a space for abstract games about balls. But I think this is also co-op, right? Yeah, play co-op with yourself. Or I guess it may or may not be co-op. But it's co-op with yourself, possibly. Okay, so now what was... That was just a look of abstract games. Yeah, okay, so they show the game, they show the shop, they show a different color palette, they show a further build. And then an upgrade, yeah, okay. So I've kind of nailed all of the different types of screenshots and stuff. It's just for a screenshot, I need the ball. Kind of need to show a little more evidence of the ball moving around with the line renderer if it would let me do that. That'd be great. Let's see, I could do the plungeroo thing of... So the grid space when it gets passed over, or it's the ball when it passes over a grid space. Is whether it sets the color here. So set grid space color. Oh, I guess Ultimate Chicken Horse does have a picture of, hey, we made a picture inside the game. Because that's what I was curious about is... Yeah, so they do have... Okay, here's pixel art made within the game. And I think that would be important for what I'm doing. Is here's pixel art made within the game. Let's see, so I kind of needed to clear the color when it resets to a new scene. But that does help to say it's at least one way to show the whatchamacallit. I'm gonna need to do another color than gray because the gray on gray is not really working out, but yeah, much like Plintaroo had a different color for the when the ball was moving around. So that'll give some sense of the path. But I think I do still need the line renderer because I think like a maze here does both. Here's the line renderer and the color. And I think, yeah, they even do the particle effect here. Yeah, I was gonna say which is all actually happening in the game too. It's like, wait a second, I've done the line renderer thing for a game, like it's for sliding a block around a level like this. Right? Not that I'm gonna try to go back and pull that up. Okay, I'm definitely doing a particle effect there. I thought I had, yeah, I thought I went and made the line renderer here for the hand sliding around too. Okay, I can stop playing this whenever I want. So why is it being a bastard here? And like I said, could I go pull up that old project? And then I'm partially thinking about pulling that up that old project because of the fact that I was thinking about maybe going and making it. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those call it quits at 8:30 kind of days. I don't know why I'm feeling so kaput. Maybe because I was actually at work working for a while and I drove all the way to work and back, which sucks. All of it sucks. So why are you not... Why do you look wrong? Why do you look weird? Because this is just the default. I didn't change hardly anything about it except the material just to try to get the shader to look like it was correct. But this does not look like it's doing anything. Oh, I've been standing this entire time. It's been 2 hours. I want to... keep talking about screwing up my back and my feet and my knees, and it's like, yeah, no, I think an hour per sit and an hour per stand is good. Not doing like an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes of standing. But I guess when I sit all day at work, maybe that's why that's happening, so. Yeah, it's been 2 hours, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, no, it kind of one of those weird things where it's like it whipped by, but also it's only 8 o'clock where I'm at. But yeah, feel free to go to bed and stuff. 2 o'clock seems like a crazy time to go to bed, but as long as it's consistent, I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, I do wonder if that's one of those, one day you'll get your sleep schedule figured out so that it's not a 2 in the morning thing and then never show up again. Like Polycube. Polycube figured out their sleep schedule and it's been... I think Polycube has shown up once or twice, but it's been rare. I just written an awful GLSL shader toy. I was talking about shaders and said, hey, I'm gonna go play with it. Yeah, it's something I want to mess with at some point too, because I know that's partially what happened with Balatro as well, is that they were just having so much fun playing with shaders that's how they ended up with a good amount of stuff in the game. And this does feel like there is an opportunity to do some messing with shaders for sure. I mean, I've done it twice now at least with because I have the outline shader and then I also have the I tried making the bend to world kind of shader, but that wasn't super working. Okay, it's just because I don't want to watch a tutorial, but it's feeling more and more like I might need to look up a Unity line render like tutorial, because it's not it's not appearing correctly. Could I just read an article real quick? Kind of. This looks old as heck. Oh, it's updated June 2024. Yeah, so it says you do need to add the line material to the thing. And then assign the line material to the line render, and then the line render will draw it, which that's why I said, like, let's just use a regular default diffuse or something. Oh, there we go. Okay. That looks better. Okay, and then give me like a bright red so that I know if it exists. Or maybe like a pink. And then it'll be fully broken again. Okay, so then if I do... Oop, yeah, okay, that does not look like there is any kind of line renderer there. In the position sections, you can change the number of points. If you enter 2 different points, you'll get a straight line. You can also change the width of the line in this section below. Yeah, okay, this is saying less about points. It does feel like I should be able to mess with it over here. Because this is not mentioning any points or anything. Unless that's what this is. It's adding points in the scene tool. Yeah, okay. Well, so now if I hit play, is it going to actually show a line in the... So now if I do that... That doesn't look like it's attached to the ball at all. It just looks like it's just a random thing. Excuse me, what? They're supposed to be attached to the ball. So can I get rid of that list of positions? Yeah, okay. Okay, and that's from a CSAR script. This is just I want the line render on movement kind of thing. Okay, how hard is it to go find that old project? The answer's like, I think it's pretty heckin' old, and do I even remember what it's called or whatnot? Yeah, because it's like a different computer and everything. Not a new project, rather. Okay, add a project from disk. Disk being the other. You're quacking because you're still here? Excuse me, I thought somebody said they were going to bed. Get out of here, go sleep. It's good, it's healthy for you. And then quack and protest. You can't make me. You can't tell me you're not my dad. I am not. I am a guy who's been through some things, and I'm saying what you want to be doing is, you know, once you're done cursing the world, then you can say, okay, let's go to bed. That's what I need to start doing in the morning. I wake up, I curse the world, and then I actually get up instead of lying in bed and going, I don't wanna, you can't make me. It's just like, no. Say capitalism sucks, and now what are we gonna do about it? Well, it's like, it's really more a matter of the sooner you get to work, the sooner you can get off of work and do the things that you actually care about. It just sucks that half of my waking hours are devoted to a thing that I don't care about at all whatsoever. What jam thing was this? It was not GGJ, it was Homa Jam, and I think it was Homa Jam 1? Yes. Yeah, because it was, because I did Homa Jam was the marshmallow squish, then I did... Marshmallow Squish, then I did Mappy. I was trying to do Mappy, and then I did Racism Simulator. Oh, you sent a last message above. Not able to set the shader on Shader Toy to public because of issues with signing in right now, but I could send you the code and you could paste it into Shader Toy if you want to hurt your eyes. Though I could understand if you don't want to hurt your eyes. But now it's as much the final message as the final update of Terraria was the final update. As in they... Because I thought Terraria had a final update, and then I thought they updated it. And I think that's what you're referencing. Yeah, it's one that I never played. Yeah, this is one of those ones that's done insane numbers, right? Yeah, 200 million. Oh, Journey's End. Okay, so the, yeah. And they keep updating it to this day. Yeah, okay. Is this like Toy Story 5? Did you see the trailer for Toy Story 5? Of which they're like, well, I think Woody's gonna separate from the gang. Here he is in the trailer. It was like, oh, okay. They just retconned what happened in the last one. Also, the big scary thing is an iPad. It's like, really? You did a pretty good trilogy of movies and then said, oh, we're going to tack on a fourth movie. We got to do another one. And now we got to bring the whole gang back to terrorize them with an iPad. It's like, why? We got to milk this franchise for everything it's worth. The gang is back and they're getting afraid of an iPad. I don't know, Toy Story 4 wasn't bad, but it was just like, it felt like the franchise was done, the thing was done, and then they're like, nah, guess what? Looky here. Because that's how Toy Story 4 ended. It was like, okay, Woody was like, I'm done being somebody's toy. And then here he is getting scared of an iPad. Oh, okay, so that is at the end. They both tease. Look, it's this frog learning leap pad, and also they're back. They're still there. Yeah, so long, partner. No, wait, I'm back. Somehow Woody returned. Why are they making Star Wars references in there? Interesting. Okay. Oh, I was just curious about the update on Terraria, as in... Where is the menu? I always forget where the menu is that says, here's where we've been updating the game. No, I don't follow Terraria. I don't need to follow every... Yeah, okay, there's just state of the game from October. Send the code on Discord, do what you want. I actually don't feel like I want to fry my eyeballs out right now. So I think I will not do anything with it, but... maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know, we'll see if I want to hurt myself. That is a thing that I don't want, but... okay, so... Yeah, okay, just pull it up in the latest version. Oh no, that's install. No. Installs. Yeah, just open it up in literally the latest. It may or may not explode, and that's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gonna explode. That's fine, whatever. I just wanted to open this project because I was thinking about, since I, you know, third time's a charm. I tried a couple of projects with a friend, and now, wait a second, I'm like, I have most of a mobile game here that we could just try to port over to mobile. Maybe that's what we'll try. Loop, maybe? No, that's loop connects them. I don't actually want it to connect. I just want it to do a series of positions based on where it moves. Use world space, that's right. Use lighting and shadows and stuff, that seems right. But then when it actually moves around, it doesn't seem to do jack diddly. Because I think that's ideally what you want, is that... No, wait, I should be able to just... At least what I'm thinking is I should be able to just have a ball. I have another ball. Ball. Then you just destroy it anyway. Dadgummit. Okay. Yeah, so I don't have a button for releasing the ball here, do I? That might be a good idea at some point. Good luck with Plunk. Have a nice rest of the stream and evening. I'm gonna actually sleep now. Okay, well. Goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun sleeping. Oh, here you are saying I'm gonna go to bed, and then you're gonna make me do push-ups when I'm also gonna go to bed here? I will do it, because moving around is a good idea. But I will complain about it at the same time. Oh, I guess, do I want... No, we'll do the push-ups, then I'll do the deep breaths and the hydrate and the stretch. Yeah, I was actually stretching at work today a little bit, because I was like, you know, I keep complaining about being in the car and sitting too long, and then I don't take an opportunity to just stretch for a little bit when I'm at the office, so that is a good idea. Oh, I probably should move my arm in that motion a little more often. If it is completely reconfiguring my body when I do that. Oh. You done it. The deep breaths cause the yawn again. I haven't done the 8 o'clock yawn in a while, have I? But that might also be... I just haven't been on a good routine in a while either. Now I'm finally getting back into it. Okay, yeah, you could do nonsense in the background. But the ball here. Okay, go back to the... One of these had my... There, okay. Okay, that's drawing between 2 points. It's drawing with motion, drawing waves. That's heckin' cool. Drawing Bezier curves, that's heckin' cool. No, it's just free drawing. Wow, okay. We're gonna do so much code for doing the line renderer stuff. No, I just wanted the draw line with motion. Like, transform. Or line renderer moving. Draw a line when moving. I thought that was kind of like its main thing, was to do a nice trail. Trail renderer? Wait. It's not... It is line renderer, right? It's not like a trail renderer? Okay, yeah, how to add a trail effect. I guess this then? Maybe I'll watch it. Yeah, okay.
Create a circle stride, make it smaller a bit. After that, add trail renderer component.
Oh, there is a trail renderer component. Okay, I just am dumb and I did the line renderer component, not a trail renderer component. Unless that is something that they downloaded and added from somewhere. No, there is a trailer renderer component. I'm just dumb and forgot about it. Okay. Great. All of my problems are just, I forgot that that's a thing. Yeah, again, Unity has so many features and I've forgotten all of them. Okay, so now if I do... I don't need that physics ball. Because it appears to delete it anyway. Okay, now with that line or trail renderer, not a line renderer, trail renderer. Well, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't need it to last that long, but that works. It's a start. Okay, so first I need the materials to be sprite renderer. And then I need the trail to trail off. Which is a number somewhere. 5? No, because that's in like seconds or something, right? Like half a second? I don't need it to last long at all. And then I do need it to, oh, fade into transparent here, don't I? That's really what I'm looking at, right? Okay. Okay, the color is actually going to be attached to the color of the ball at some point, but not just yet. And I guess I said I'm still doing Steam screenshot stuff, but that is part of what this is. Color. You're supposed to go to... no, I lied. Blend perceptual. Interesting. That's gonna blend in between red and white, though, right? Not between red and transparent, though, right? Yeah, it looked like it was just white. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, width, with like a width over time, right? Not entirely understanding how that's supposed to work. This is not changing the curve of anything. It's just changing... Okay. Let's try that then. Is it going to give me a very thin line? The thin red line? Yeah, okay, so then it's non-existent. And then if I do that, it's kind of in the middle. Is that going to give me a thin red line? So that did give me a kind of... Gosh dang it, I keep clicking the wrong ball. Yeah, so that didn't seem to matter much. Isn't there a way to change it to be a curve? Multiplier to the curve of the width, which... Oh, add key. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then trail off into that. So now you can actually just stay red. I don't need the color to change over time. I just need it to trail into a point. Okay. So now we do that. Hey, there we go. Okay. I guess technically I know what color the ball is. I did literally the middle of it, red or gray. Oh, I was like, no, 80, I know that. Okay, wait, what does that do then? Well, that really stretched it out that way. Okay, no, I actually needed to... Oh, that's color though.
So I'm starting to think that I'm just better off alone. Just me, myself, and I. We can do this on our own.
This doesn't have any transparency to it. I thought there was a way to do Oh, that's the sprite default. The sprite default.
Myself and I. We can do this on our own.
Just. I need a transparent material, then, don't I? Okay, that's okay then. Whatever. I have a trail renderer on the ball now. And then a la a maze here, do I want to add some kind of particles? Yeah, it definitely doesn't look super great in a screenshot, but I think... Well, and that's what I have
The sun is shining brighter.
here, is I have the...
All my days are feeling happier now that you're
Yeah, I do think the particles actually...
starting to think that I'm just
Well, I guess it's kind of when it hits something is when I think the particles look the best.
can do this on our own.
But that might also just because it's a hand, so it's like the hand slapping something, making the particles look better that way. Oh, and then, so I guess, what is Plungeroo? If I go frame by frame on Plungeroo, again. Actually, yeah, yeah, those are some animations that I need to add to the bumper placement, I think. Okay, yeah, the ball is not actually doing any of its own. The ball itself does not have particles. It's the when it hits something, it does particles. They don't actually do like a line renderer on the ball here, do they? Or a trail. They don't actually have a trail on the ball. They just have the panels light up to make a trail. Yeah, okay, so when each of the objects is interacted with, it does some kind of particle. Or some kind of animation, rather. So that's something I could add to the bumper, is a particle effect. This game is so good. Okay, it's 8:30. Let's just call it quits. Actually, let's try doing a build. Just because I haven't tried doing a Windows build in a while. Oh, no, it's going to just crash out. Is what it's going to do. It's going to say, oh, I blocked all these files for you. That's not what I wanted. That is not 22:025 is quite a ways off, and I don't think I'm gonna make it to that. I don't think I'm gonna get that old. I don't think I'm gonna live another 20,000 years. Is there the possibility that we solve aging in the next 60 years? I don't know. I doubt it. But maybe that's me in my fragile mortal form here thinking. 60 years does not seem that long. And we've been fighting with aging for quite a while. Yeah, okay, so you're not even gonna let me go get distracted by something else. Because you're gonna keep popping up with, I blocked all these files for you. Meaning I have to actively go out of my way to say, no, unblock all the files. And this is every time I do a new Windows build. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about this. This is not tenable. Yeah, sure, it feels like I'm secure. Because I'm dealing with all of these blocking, unblocking files, but it's like, you're too aggressive. It didn't used to be this bad. But that could be said about so many things today. Nowadays. It didn't used to be this bad. And then that damn gorilla died. Like I said, my life was falling apart before that, but that just, it was the confirmation that, like, no, we're in a different timeline now. At least it definitely felt like that way for me. And I think other people. Yeah, okay, and then it said build completed with the result of failed because of some bullshit. Yeah, okay. You need to stop being so aggressive. Yes, I know. Well, dagnabbit. So it actually didn't take that long to do a Windows build, and it'll be quicker if I don't have to do this. It's like, I don't know how to tell you to be a little less aggressive. Because I do think that's what's happening, is that it's, because it's doing a Windows or a web build just fine. But I think the, yeah, okay, system unauthorized access exception. It said, yeah, I'm not allowed to create a file. Which would be you are blocking it from doing that. Oh, it's not even doing that. Tools? How do I... Enabled files are analyzed or blocked until proven safe. Pause for 10 minutes. Give me that. Pause for 10 minutes just to see if I try to do a build and that is paused. Will that let me do a build, or are you gonna block some stuff? Yeah, all I've seen about that new Tron movie is that it's not worth it. It's been so long since I watched Tron Legacy. I feel like that one was like I enjoyed that, and I feel like I've watched Tron at some point too. It's one of those franchises that interests me, but okay, so that was the thing that seemed to be clogging up Unity. So that is running a bit faster. Yeah, because I'm like, usually it doesn't take forever. It takes a while, but it doesn't take 6 years typically. I was already yapping about weapons yesterday. I don't have any... Oh no, I guess that's what I was yapping about with the Toy Story 5 trailer. there anything else that I saw or heard about today? Oh, How to Market a Game had the follow-up on their Great Convergence article that was like, go make a horror game, go make an idle game, go make a friend slot game. Yeah, I definitely wrote down some ideas based on that. That was like, there we go, okay. So then now that'll let me do Windows. Okay, so I'm just gonna permanently turn that off because that's not working out for me. Okay, but now... Okay, I'm gonna need to tweak that line render, but... Okay. Yay, progress in some things. So... Proactive protection, we are going to turn it back on. And say, haha, lol, no, whoops. Disable permanently. You're a bit too much for me. Sorry, bud. Okay, I know I disabled it. You don't need to remind me again. Yes, I understand that the device recommend. Yeah, I will do that literally right now because I'm going to bed. I'm not gonna do a... I need to tweak the line renderer and it's bedtime and stuff anyway, and... Okay, nobody's here. Everybody went to bed, right? Raise your hand if you're not here. It's gonna be the joke every single time. Raise your hand if you're not here. The answer is... yes. People have gone to bed and gone to sleep and stuff. I'm losing more followers. It was sitting at 357 for a while there, wasn't it? Oh, I just added a follower though, right? I added a follower today. Dagnabbit. It went down. I started watching my own stream and the number went down, not up. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Okay, well now that is definitely distinctly time to go to bed. Because literally straight up nobody is here. And yet that is more incentive to yap. Why? Why is less people being around? It's because nobody can stop me. Nobody can say anything. Why? Why 1,500 views on that clip? Oh man, I don't have any... shoot, I do want to... I need to remember that that clip button is there, and I have that on my list here too. It's like, don't forget, there's a button that you can clip stuff. You need to remember that when you say something funny, clip it. When you say something profound, clip it. Oh, did I get this? Reach 100 views. I did. I gotta reach... Wow, 8,000 views for an upgrade? I don't think any of the clips I've ever done has reached that, but I mean 1,500 is a hell heck of a lot more than I'm used to getting, I think. Okay. I need to restart my computer and stuff anyway, so it is definitely bedtime. I could just kill all of this. Actually, no, I lied. You... I want you to move over here. But otherwise, the rest of this can just go away. Yeah, okay. So we just kill all of those tabs. That'll help my computer explode a little less. By line art? Wait a second. No, it went and did random people. Oh no. How long has it been playing random songs? Oh no, for quite a while. No, I guess not quite a while. That's not too bad. Okay, then it is definitely time to go to bed. Nobody's here, and I'm gonna start getting it muted music-wise, so... I will be back tomorrow with some more game development. Hopefully on time. It just depends on if I can get to bed early enough to then get up early enough to get moving early enough. So. But I at least figured out what I want for the screenshots. Now I just gotta make the actual screenshots look good. Ooh, and then we could yap about thumbnails tomorrow. Or something. Yeah. Might do a look at thumbnails. Oh, I want to try... Maybe I could try getting marble drops set up for like Friday or something. I want to finish Borderlands 4 though. That'll probably be what I do. But I might mess around with marble drop. Okay, nobody's here. It's a good opportunity to go to bed, so... Goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun sleeping. I'll be back tomorrow with more game development. Bye. Good luck. Bye.